Hello everyone, Tashina Gonzalez here doing my Feel Good Friday on a Sunday again, but I'm here. And so today, as usual, I'm talking to you about something that I suffered from in the past hugely for a long time, and that I've needed support with currently. And I'm going to be talking about natural ways to alleviate and help with headaches or migraines. So in the past, I used to have this all the time. I was the person that always had Excedrin PM in my house. I had an Excedrin in my purse, and I had an Excedrin migraine in my car. People always knew that they could come to me to get some Excedrin because I suffered from headaches and migraines all the time, probably from about the age of 12. It was just a result of me always holding in stress. It was one of the ways that I held in stress. And so I always suffered from headaches and migraines. Until I was about 23, Excedrin was the way that I would always deal with it. And then I had stomach issues and I was told not to take it as much, so I would try to minimize it. But a lot of times I would just take Excedrin and then I would take a Prilosec to deal with the effects on my stomach. But I haven't suffered from them in a really long time on a regular basis, but I have had them twice this year. And so I'm going to talk about the causes and recognizing them first because that's super important. Like, people will come and they'll say, okay, well, what can I use and what can I take naturally for my headache? And the first thing that you need to understand is what is the cause of it and get to the root of it. So migraines have looked up information as usual, so I'm going to be reading a little bit. So migraines have different causes, and usually you can find a way to support them without medication and painkillers. So one of the things that you definitely want to do is, with anything that, if it's your gut issues or any issue that you're having, is try to go 30 days and do like a diary and take stock of what could be causing your migraines, right? So if you're a woman, do you already always have migraines around your time of the month? Or do you have a migraine after you eat? Do you have them at night? Do you have them in the morning? Use a diary to write down when you may have migraine. And so the things that tend to cause them is change in blood pressure, neurotransmitters, muscle spasms, or hormones. Those are usually what trigger migraines. So the migraines that women usually have are kind of in a separate category during the monthly cycle. And those are actually usually happen around ovulation, which is day 14, or just before the menstrual period. And they're due to estrogen level drops. So why is it that some women have these like really bad and others tend not to? Usually the individuals that have migraines related to their cycle are ones that are estrogen dominant, and this was the case for me. So because they're estrogen dominant or they have high levels of estrogen, their drops are a lot lower because they have so much, and that's what's the cause of their migraines. So again, what we want to do is we want to treat that, go to your doctor, check your hormone levels, make sure that you're aware of what that is if you're estrogen dominant so that you can get some support for that. And I have a whole video on how to balance hormones. So if you're not following me on YouTube yet, hop on my YouTube channel, just my name, follow me and check that out. But some of the causes of that are high fat percentage, because a lot of estrogen is stored in fatty tissue, a high load of chemical substances that resemble estrogen, plastics, pesticides, and other estrogen mimicking things. So removing the toxins from your home so that you have less hormone disruptions. And I have tons of videos on detoxing your home as well, so check that out. Poor liver performance, leaky gut, high alcohol consumption, or other high loads of chemical substances. And I suffer from that as well. So again, if you want some support for your actual hormones, I have a total video on that. But again, make sure you talk to your physician, check that out and get tips from them as well as how to counteract estrogen dominance. There's also migraines that are related to your thyroid gland. So sluggish functioning of thyroid gland may also cause migraines. It also is related to your serotonin levels in your monthly cycle, the suppleness of your muscles, and blood circulation through your head. So that's another one. Check with your doctor to see what support you might need for that. Food. So food can be a trigger, and this is, again, where you want to keep a diary and see, am I getting migraines after I eat certain things? So foods can affect your neurotransmitters and certain hormones such as serotonin, and in themselves may actually mimic neurotransmitters. They also can affect your blood pressure. So foods that can trigger migraines are gluten, casein, chocolate, alcohol, caffeine, and coffee and tea, and other caffeine-containing drinks. Food additives such as glutamates, aspartame, food coloring, nitrates, and also if you have a leaky gut, once again. And this is part of my issue. I know that I have issues when I eat too much sodium, and I know that I have issues when I eat too much caffeine. And so the week that I had with having kids with me and stuff, I did eat some things that probably had too much sodium in it. Stress also affects neurotransmitters, the blood pressure inside your head, muscle tension. Often migraines occur during relaxation after stress rather than during stressful times themselves. In addition to general stress reduction, magnesium citrate will help relax the muscles in the neck, which will help lessen migraines. So this is my 99.9% of my issue, as I stated at the beginning. Usually stress is what induces my migraines very frequently. And so I've only had 2 this year. The last time that I had one was when I was in Mexico, and it was right after I had to unexpectedly go to Mexico for the second time because my boss had a tragedy in his family, so it was a little rushed and work was crazy, and it was right after they were downsizing everything, and so everyone was stressed at work. And so then when I went to Mexico, I actually within 3 days was when I was sick a couple times when I was there, and so that was one of the things. I think it was just completely stress related, and so I just had to stay in bed and rest. And I did actually have to go to the doctor when I was there, and they checked that my blood pressure was actually high, so they gave me something for my blood pressure. And so that's how I fixed it last time, as well as using oils to reduce my stress level. So this time around, on Tuesday, I had the culmination of my huge crisis that I'm going through right now, so that's super stressful. And then I got a bunch of stuff that I got to figure out within the next 30 to 60 days. And then I had kids with me, and so I was running around. Work has been super stressful. I've been getting out of work late every single day. After I get off of this, I'm going to have to do some work, and I'm going to go into Monday not having all my work done, most likely. I never have to work on the weekends usually with this job. So my stress level is super, super high. I didn't eat like I should have this week, and so it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise that I had some issues and wasn't feeling well, and that I had a migraine, because I know exactly what will cause them, but sometimes you're busy and you don't do all the things that you need to do. And so I ended up with a migraine, and now that's what prompted me to get this information to you guys. And I do suffer from what this says. Usually for me, I get it I'm in the storm, and then the storm is over, and then when I start to feel it afterwards, and that's exactly what happened. Saturday is when I got hit with this. So, the other thing is traumas, right? You hit your head, you hit your neck. That's something that also affects me too, because I was in 2 accidents, you guys know, in a 6-month period in 2013. And so a lot of times some of the tension that I'm feeling that can cause headaches, I believe has to do with reoccurrence of that as well. So how do we deal with this? One of the major things is to drink plenty of water. Probably 25% of people can get rid of their headaches if they hydrated, and they got rid of the toxins from their home. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And I know when I'm running around and doing stuff, I don't drink enough water. So, like, my whole goal is just going to be to flood my body with water today, now that I'm feeling better. One of the other things is there's a lot of actual, like, pressure points that you can use in your head and neck that will help relieve some of the pressure. And so I looked up what some of those were, and I did them all this morning so that I could feel better as well. Some of them you could actually use some essential oils that will be cooling or soothing as well with them, and that will help deepen the effects of relaxing those muscles and having that cooling sensation continuing to go after you've done it. So I'll run through some of the things. You're going to want to do these for probably like anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. And you're going to probably not need to do, I'm going to show you a whole bunch of them, but you're probably going to try to figure out where you actually have the headache and the tension and do what feels the best. So one of the first ones is like the bony part of your temples. So doing a massage there would be super, super helpful, especially if the tension tends to be in the front. Another part you could do is actually the top of your eyes. I'm not going to actually do that one because I have some eye makeup on right now. 2 inches above your eyes is another good place to massage in order to relieve some tension. So again, minimum of 30 seconds, but maybe up to 2 minutes. The third eye is another place that you could massage to relieve some tension. The bridge of your nose, actually massaging there to relieve some tension. And then, like I said, for the other ones, I wouldn't necessarily, unless you've been using oils on your face for a long time, I wouldn't necessarily use oils in any of that area because you don't want, especially ones that has some type of mint in it, to get in your eyes. But Panaway is a really good soothing, relaxing smelling one that a lot of people use for massages, especially like after exercise and things of that nature. So this is one that if I was doing it on the back of my neck, I would definitely use to relieve some of that tension. So another location that you could do is the sides of the spine at the base of your neck. You could do a massage there. Then also the raised part of your neck, you can massage there with one of your hands. The neck at the base of the skull, this is a place that I massage on a regular basis. Anyone that's ever seen me at worship service probably sees me do this probably quite often. When I just have a little bit of tension, I do it fairly regularly. The top of your ear is another place that you can massage. And then the bony part above your ear is another place. And then lastly, actually the webbed part of your hand is a great place to massage. So my good friend that it is an acupuncturist slash a million other things that has to do with Eastern medicine, he actually, when I met him, one of the things that he usually does is when somebody says, oh, I kind of have a headache, he gives them a hand massage in order to alleviate their headache. So this is actually something that you can do to yourself. And again, it's kind of backed up by acupuncture. And again, you can definitely use these oils. Like right now, I put that Panaway on the back of my neck here, and so I can feel it still tingling and releasing some of that tension and helping. You could also use something like Deep Relief is a really good one, or sometimes people just simply use peppermint. But that pressure that you're putting on is going to help release some of that tension and alleviate some of that. And then of course, if you know that it is stress related, then you also want to make sure that you do some deep breaths, inhaling with some relaxing essential oils to alleviate that stress. You could just use something simply like Stress Away or Peace and Calming. For me, with what I'm going through right now, some of the oils that I've been having on hand are Acceptance and Release. release. And then doing some positive affirmations. That's one of the things that I was doing yesterday. I was saying things like, healing is coming my way. I release negative emotions. So that was how I was dealing with my stress. So hopefully some of this information has been helpful to you guys. If you know anyone that suffers from migraines or headaches that might benefit from this, please, please, please share this video with them. As usual, I appreciate everyone for joining me. And if you would like any additional information, if someone has shared this with you, please get back with them. If I'm that person, DM me anytime for information. And please, if you haven't done so far, hop on YouTube, look up my name, Tashina Gonzalez, and subscribe for more amazing information like this. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye.